will not be free until we are liberated from the radical leftist ideologies, scare tactics, and violence.
Against the street, it don't matter what race or creed or color. Love this land and you're my brother. That ain't the place to know your stand. If you say you can't breathe, I'll show you we can. Never gonna stop believing. We were born for freedom. We were born for freedom.
Back down. We will not cower in fear. We're not going to hide any longer. Our president will be reelected. Our police will be backed. And our sanity will be restored. Power to the Patriots!
Vivint.com. Hey y'all. What's up? What's up? We'll wait a minute for a few more people to get in the chat. And in the meantime, we'll listen to this. Yes. All right. So just real quick announcements. There's so much going on in the world. There's so much going on in our country. It's intense. When I think it can't get any worse, it does. What do I say all the time? However bad you think it is. It's worse. It's worse. So hopefully Monday or Tuesday, I'm going to do a live stream. It's going to be kind of a can't take the brand. Kind of a Proud News podcast type of thing. There's a lot of announcements that I think there's some things happening to some members of the fraternity that are pretty disturbing, pretty upsetting. I don't know what else can be done to help them. I don't know what else can be done to help them. But we are going to stand strong with our brethren. Thank you, Anne. We're going to stand strong with our patriotic brothers because, like I said, as far as I know, they were the last stand. As far as I know, they were kind of the only ones really willing to make the sacrifice of themselves to try to help other people feel safe. So there's just a lot going on. There's a lot of announcements, and I might be able to get an interview with a certain PB's lawyer, and this PB is really, really suffering right now. It's really screwed up what's happening to him. So we're going to talk about that. I've got some more announcements from Ian Smith of Atlas Gym, and we all love Atlas Gym because, of course, again, they are real patriots who are standing up to the system, standing up to Biden's America, standing up to their Democratic governors. And it's a lot. It's a lot for the average person to withstand. And I think a lot of the reason people don't want to get in this fight is because they can't take the criticism. They can't take the heat. They can't take the jail time. They can't take the fines. You know, it's so overwhelming what they throw at people that it's like it never ends. And so I really feel sorry for these people. But, you know, if there's any modern day heroes, okay, we're talking like the Herculeses of the world right now. It's men and women like this. It's men and women like that. So I've got the link to the Walk Away Got the link to the Walkaway new donation. I've got an announcement from Walkaway because they are starting beta testing of their social media platform. I think we all heard that Donald Trump's social media platform is going to be dropping very soon. So I'm definitely going to be on it. I pre-registered, and I'm also building the site. So I bought the domain name for Red Pill Television. So I couldn't get redpilltv.com, but I got redpilltelevision.com. So I'm building that site. So hopefully, okay, if I can figure out WordPress, we can get the Roku up and running. But I feel like right now we have a lot of improved content. So there's room to put enough on there right now. You know, even if I just had the same shows running 24/7, at least I'll have something up. And what do I always say? It's better done than perfect. And I like done. I like done better than perfect. And I used to like perfect better than done. And the problem with that is that you always find flaws, and you just continue to improve and improve and improve. And then by the time you're ready to launch it, you're exhausted, and sometimes you procrastinate and things just don't get done. So we like to be on time. We like to be under budget. That's what we do. My makeup looks amazing. Yes, I am blended. Make sure you guys are following me on Instagram. So I'm back on Instagram. I used a different email to get back on there, and I'm super happy to be back on Instagram. I made a new TikTok. What's my new TikTok? So it is at Jenny Red Pill. TikTok is really my favorite platform. I know, I feel so bad. It's like a drug. Like, you know, it's bad for you. You know, it's bad for the Patriots, but I just like it. I hate that I like it, but I like it. All right, let's see what else. Does anyone have... Girl, this ain't war paint. I'm R2-D2, girl. Can't you tell? I'm R2-D2. This ain't war paint. My war paint looks totally different. It's like a bloody hand on your mouth. It's really cool. Eyes are done differently, but I'm glad you like it. Kind of looks like war paint, though. You can't see my outfit. That's why. So that's why. Anyhow, I know, but it's Dirty Disney night at the club, so that's what I'm doing tonight. It's going to be rare that I have a Saturday night off, and I got off early. So I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Let's see what other announcements. Ooh, updates with Angela Stanton King. And I should do a wrap-up video of the Real Talk tour in Vegas. So that was fun. A little bit smaller turnout than I had hoped for. I would think with everyone who was there, it would have been a bigger turnout. But the thing is, nobody promotes anything. Like, you don't see this stuff on people's Instagram until like a week before. Like, Angie's going to another event, and it's today, I think. You know, like I just saw it like yesterday, and I'm pretty good about following her. Like, I definitely check her page every day. But yeah, nobody promotes anything. That's the problem too. You know, I wish more people would promote, and then you would have more people coming. But when everyone's promoting a week out, if that, you know, how can you, you're not going to bring people. But it was fun, and it was really good to, let me show you some pictures, actually. It was fun. It was really good to see everybody, hang out with everybody. They all went to Blue Martini afterward. So that was cool. So I went to that with them. Let's see. There's me and this lady. I forgot her name. Her name is Robin something. But I used to follow her on Instagram before I first got kicked off. Robin somebody, I forgot. Mash Torre. I love this picture of us. And here's Shamika. It's me and Shamika. And of course, I'm rocking the Patriot Party gear. Here's me with everybody. Maj Toure is like a legit speaker. He's so good. He's so good. I love his energy. I love what he's about. And then here's me and Angie at the after party. Me and Angie. Love me some Angie. So I think her Dr. Phil episode is about to come out. So there's that. I kind of don't want to show you what she's wearing right there. I'll zoom in a little bit. Her outfit was beautiful. She looked like an angel. She was wearing this white dress. It was just a little bit sheer. So I don't want to disrespect a mayoral candidate by showing the whole dress. I'm not going to do that. But she looked beautiful. That was cool. See, I think that's it. That was a lot of fun. Okay, does anyone have anything they want to share? Anything you want me to cover? Anything you want me to talk about? Again, make sure you are following me on TikTok, Instagram. We also have a Red Pill TV Twitter. That is Red Pill TV 1, okay, on Twitter. There's nothing on there right now. I still have to kind of like get everyone together and like us have a marketing meeting and us talk about like who wants to try to build which platforms, because I can't do it all on my own. All right, time to get ready for Dirty Disney. Thank you. I'm glad you like her too. Some people don't like her. I don't know why. I think her message is pretty clear. I don't think she's anti anything. But, again, the conservatives have divided amongst themselves, and it's really upsetting how petty they are with one another. And like even the whole like Caitlyn Jenner thing. So I finally saw the video. I finally saw the promo for her candidacy. And as much as I would hate to have a Kardashian in Sacramento, as much as I would hate to have a transitioned person in a position of leadership that is very influential, especially in in a state like California, and it's not because she's trans, it's because it makes it even more normal. You know what I mean? It's not because I have a problem with that. Like I work with trans. I have had friends who are trans. Like I'm going to the drag bar tonight. Like it's not an issue for me. It's just that, do we want somebody like that as a governor though? As a governor? Because what it becomes about more than policy is it becomes about, okay, how much further are we going to push the gay shit? And I feel like the gay shit it's already enough. Like we've already had enough in California. We've had our fill. I'm starting to have my fill where I am right now, but you know, I work at a gay bar now. So it's I love the gays. I love the gays. I love them. I love the trans, but please just stop making it your number one. And I felt like with Caitlyn's Jenner's, she didn't push that. You know, she said, here is what I remember about California. Here is how it is now. And let's do something about it. The problem is, are they qualified? Is this individual qualified? I don't know. I would say yes, just because this is a person that we can't say, just like we couldn't say that Donald Trump was qualified, but he did what he did. So I wouldn't want to put that as a barrier to someone like Caitlyn Jenner. The problem is, do we want Kardashians in Sacramento? I don't want Kardashians in Sacramento. But then I went back and I really looked at it and I really thought about it. And I thought to myself, you know what? Wasn't it Kim Kardashian West at the time who was pushing that crime bill, who was pushing that prison reform bill and trying to help Donald Trump with that? Like, wasn't she a big part of that? So if there's any saving grace about her, I would say that would be it. And wasn't it also Kanye who was one of the first who really like came out publicly and said, I am not a victim, and really kind of changed the narrative for his own following and his own audience, who constantly want to like beat the black shit over your head? You know, so it's like, how much worse could it get? You know, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I remember that part. And I thought, I got really excited when she said that. So again, I don't have a problem with the trans thing. I'm not sure if it's what California needs right now. I think what California needs is strong male, alpha male leadership, just like we had with Donald Trump. And if Caitlyn Jenner can be that alpha male, not in dialogue, but in action, if she still has enough testosterone in them to do what needs to be done, then I would say give Caitlyn a chance. And to be honest with you, I'm extremely proud of California. I'm extremely proud of my home state, because they're the only ones that have followed through with doing this. They're the only, and every other Democratic state should have been doing the same, but they couldn't get their shit together. And you know what? California did. So I'm super proud of my home state. I'm super proud of what the recall effort has accomplished, and the way that brought everyone together, and the way that they got it fucking done. And I'm extremely proud to be from California. I was watching a video in Texas about some more Black Lives Matter bullshit. I think it was on Telegram. Let me see if I can find it. And, you know, Texas talks a big game, but Texas does not deliver. I'm sorry, they don't. Hi, Latin. How you doing, girl? Hey, Andrea. Hey. Hold on. No, hold on.
Sorry.
No. Hold on, actually. It was right there. Hold on, guys. Okay. Let me see.
I need to get my dress out of the closet.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Ooh. Dirty Disney. Ooh, Dirty Disney. Getting dirty. We're gonna have fun tonight. Why are you saying sorry? You're gonna look cute.
Because I interrupted you.
No, you're gonna look cute. It's worth the interruption. Okay. Sorry. No face, no case. Yeah, I like Caitlyn too. And even as a female firefighter, I extreme with this strong male. I mean, even as a strong, female chef, like we still need that leadership, and we need the men of California to step up. So we need someone who can speak to men. And if Caitlyn Jenner still has Bruce Jenner inside of her, that's what needs to come out, you know? So I'm excited. I'm extremely happy. Yeah, we know Newsom's an ass. Fuck that guy. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Detox. Well, seeing you in Florida, I mean, where you are is very liberal, you know, but Florida as a whole is pretty red. So thank you. The thing is, I don't know how I came from California, but I'm not completely superficial and batshit crazy. You know, like, am I challenged? You know, do I have negative thinking? Do I have bad neurolinguistic programming? Absolutely. But I don't think that I don't do crazy shit. Maybe a little bit risky, adventurous, but I don't think that I do crazy shit. I think that I've lived a fairly responsible life. And the fact that I judge people by the inside, not the outside, you know. I might say things like somebody's ugly or they're Martha Dump Truck or something like that, but I don't really mean it. I'm not superficial at all, because I've dealt with plenty of people that were amazing on the outside and rotten, disgusting human beings on the inside. So trust me, I know. You would vote for Caitlyn? Well, here's the thing. I haven't registered to vote anywhere else. So I'm kind of thinking, you know, I should just kind of keep my Cali address and help a sister out. You know what, Andrea? You might be right. You might be right. I hope so, Anne. I am so hoping so. I have bad dreams about Beetlejuice before. Girl, vote and then get out of California. I agree with you, Knowledge, on that. I agree with you. But I got the joke. I agree with you here, but you have to understand, California is a very, very gray area. And it's a demographic that you have to deal with very individually, because people, of course, are so individualistic. Like, if everybody could just take a step back and say, you know what, let's drop the political affiliations and just do what's best for our state, then California would be very, very different. We wouldn't have the immigration issues. We wouldn't have the sanctuary city issues. We wouldn't have the crime. We wouldn't have the homelessness, and we wouldn't have the trash, and we wouldn't have the drugs. But the problem is, California mindset is very liberal. It's very hippie. So everyone's just like, you know, like enjoying themselves and like sending out headshots. Oh shit, did I mess up my makeup? Oh, I have like an itch on the inside of my nose. So it's like, the thing is, and I talk about this in my book about growing up in California, you learn to make excuses for everyone and everything. And that's the problem in California, is that you have a lot of good people out there, but they feel so sorry for other people. But it's like armchair humanitarianism, you know. They'll vote for higher taxes willingly if they think it's going to help somebody. And we need Californians to stop being so soft, stop being, you know, stop having that bleeding heart mentality. And we need them to just have a backbone when it comes to certain things in life and certain things for our state. We need them to just have a fucking backbone. And that's why with a candidate like Caitlyn Jenner, it's going to open a lot of doors to the right message. And I agree with you that she is not the right messenger for what our country needs and for what, children in California need. But if she can provide, if she can push the message through in a way that is going to be, that everyone is going to have such attention to, everyone is going to pay such close attention to someone like this. Because A, it's Bruce Jenner. B, Caitlyn Jenner. C, Kardashians. I mean, all you have to say is Kardashians and you automatically get everyone's attention. So that's why I think I agree with you, but then I'm also looking at everything from a marketing perspective. Like, now that I've really spent a lot of time with patriots and conservatives over the past year, I'm realizing that nobody fucking knows how to run a business. Nobody knows how to run a business. Nobody knows how to run a campaign. Nobody knows how to handle money. Nobody knows how to set a budget. Nobody knows how to build a marketing campaign. All you have to do is mimic what Barack Obama did. You get some artists like Shepard Fairey to do your logo, and then you just blast shit out constantly on social media, and then you can win your presidency. It's not that hard. That's what Barack Obama did. That's why his presidency was revolutionary. Now, Donald Trump was the second person to do that, and he did it very well. But again, he did not market to the right people. And I'm not saying that we need to individually split up into these fucking identification groups that everyone wants on the radical left wants to split up into. I'm saying let's look at things a little bit differently. What do people really fucking need? What do people want? Fucking validation. They want validation. I deal with this at work. I deal with this in my social life. I've dealt with this in so many numerous situations. People want fucking validation. So if the gays and trannies can finally get some validation and we say, here, we're going to give you this Republican gay tranny or tranny, because I think he still dates girls, but I think he dates girls that used to be boys. So I don't know what's going on with his love life. But if we got to throw Caitlyn Jenner out there to be the messenger, to get the message out, I don't see it as a bad thing. I just don't. You can't offend Californians too fucking much. You have to be someone that appeals to everyone. You have to be super neutral. You can't be, I love Trump all the fucking time. Sometimes you got to tone that down and be like, okay, what do you really want? Oh, you just want to be seen. Okay, well, here we go. I see you. What else? Moving on. What's next on the agenda? I hope you guys understand what I just said. Thank you, Lindsay. We know, Andrea, but the question is, how do we give Democratic voters something we've never given them before? That's the question here. How do we market to a group of very angry, bitter, psychologically challenged, disgruntled people? How do we make them feel validated so that we can move the fuck on with life and get to what's next and get to what really needs to be addressed? The Kardashian ruined the men they're with. Yeah, I noticed. Fake it till you make it. Bruce put out that trans shouldn't compete in women's sports to pander conservatives. One problem is he plays in women's golf tournaments. So rules for thief, not for thief. Well, that's something worth looking up for sure. For sure. I didn't know that. Are you sure it's, if it's a competitive tournament, that's not fair. But if it's just like he's attending a women's thing, I don't know. I don't know. Trump was half stepping. You know, let me see if I can bring it up. You know, I brought up, I watched a live the other night from Anomaly. Anomaly is really funny. How do I spell it? There it is, Anomaly. Let me see if it's on his, I don't think the lives on Instagram record themselves. I can't tell though. But he did a live the other night and he was going real hard for Donald Trump. And he said that Donald Trump sold us out. The COVID-19 thing never should have been a thing. He never should have let that get out of control. The COVID vaccine, like having him even suggest to the American public to use it, is really screwed up. Kind of makes it seem like he's a sellout. He thinks that there was a lot of, the Insurrection Act never got utilized. The only ones that it got utilized on were the Patriots. And so again, I'm going to talk about what's going on with some members of the fraternity. And I want to put that together more. I want that to be super professional. I want it to look really good. And I want it to be cohesive. And I want it to be meaningful to you. So I'll definitely be talking about that next week, early next week. This isn't, there's so much going on with that, from Proud Boys Canada to hashtag free Biggs, hashtag free yet did nothing wrong, hashtag Zach is innocent. This other guy got picked up for something. I wanted to do a story about him, but I didn't have time. And when he got picked up, it was just kind of a thing where like I wasn't allowed to talk to anybody in the fraternity, which is fine. Like there's a time and a place for everything, you know what I mean? And that's what I respect about them. You gotta practice wisdom sometimes. You can't just be running your mouth at all times to anybody. So I want to reflect on that story, because that story is really screwed up. And then there's another gentleman from Florida who is actually receiving cancer treatments, and he is being denied those cancer treatments in jail. So we want to put everything together the right way. Andrea says the left is going to eat itself. The left will never be validated because they are cramming their agenda down everyone's throat. I know. And again, that's what's so hard about trying to find the right candidate for California. Because you can go in so hard-nosed and do essentially what Trump did, because I don't think that anyone truly deep down felt that Donald Trump was detrimental to America. I think that he just hurt their feelings. And that's where the rage came from. And it's going to be the same in California. You can't be hard-nosed and ram a strict conservative agenda down the throats of people in California. It's not going to work. You either have to be a celebrity, or you have to run, or you have to be endorsed by someone who the left really, really respects. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. If we need another Kanye, we need another celebrity, a big celebrity, to come out of the closet and start talking about what everyone in entertainment is socially engineering the public to believe about certain groups, So I don't know. It's all a show, a big WWE match, all the way from Q to BLM. I agree with you there. But we got to pick a side. Andrea says the pendulum will swing to the hard right next, and the left will not get an ounce of tolerance. That is the destruction that they are causing. Latin says, Andrea, they did it to Venezuela, Cuba, Australia. Hello, Linda. Robert says Trump played politics, good or bad. No matter what he went on the CV, they were going to use it against him. He was going to be screwed by the media and the left. I agree. But I'm just going to repeat two things that stuck out to me. Okay. Number one, the day after the election, or maybe it was 2 or 3 days after. Man, let me bring it up. It was on the Ratchet Republican podcast. Shout out to Benji Irving. All right, let me see if I can find it on Spotify real quick. The Ratchet Republican, yes. Okay. Angie was on his show. Joe Collins was on his show. I was on his show. Let's see. Damn, I can't find this episode. It was so good. Okay, so he had this lady on his show. I can't remember her name. It was like Linda or Brenda or I don't know. I don't know what this lady's name was. But she was this attorney from Chicago who was doing a lot of work on the Trump campaign in 2016. She actually did a lot of Fox News commentary prior to 2016 to help get Donald Trump elected, right? She came on Benji Irving's show and she basically mapped it all out. And she said the problem with Donald Trump's is that he has a lot of gatekeepers. He has a lot of people that aren't relaying him with, are not relaying to him ideas and potential staff members, people that would be on his team and that would really be like loyal to him, right? He didn't want to deal with people that weren't in the upper echelons of money. Okay. On one hand, I see what she's saying because Donald Trump is not the type that is going to work with broke people. Like he's not. The problem with him, his life and his lifestyle is that he only wanted to keep rich old boys around him. Okay. Then, okay. I'm sorry, not then, before that, before the election last year, when I was at AmpFest, and I've brought this up more than once. If you watch any of my videos in the past couple months, I've brought this up multiple times. Corey Lewandowski, who is Donald Trump's campaign manager, admitted on AmpFest, on stage, that they made serious staffing mistakes. And that was a big problem with not just the executive orders and the executive actions that he was trying to get through, but also because he didn't have the right people around him to say, you know what, you need to clean house. Every single Obama leftover has to fucking go. They didn't want to do that. And this is the thing with rich people. Rich people will be real fake in the office. And then outside of the office, they'll like start a complete smear campaign against you. But when they're in the office together, they act a certain way. And my fear, or my criticism is that if we've got somebody saying, we've got your campaign manager saying it weeks before the election, and then we've got a woman who used to campaign for you on Fox News saying the same thing. One's a woman, one's a man, one's black, one's white, one's a rich kid, and one is not. One's a a mom and a full-time attorney and a wife and an activist. Okay. If they're both saying the same thing, maybe it's true. I don't know. Yeah, I'm in commie pedophornia. Too many of us that shouldn't have a say. They have zero comprehension. Exactly. Trump, not knowing any better, surrounded himself with the wrong people. Yeah, that's what they both said. That's what they both said. Thank you. Thank you. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Like let's say you're in a workplace and everybody's real passive aggressive with one another. You got to get rid of people like that, because what's going to happen is going to be constant back and forth, constant gossip, constant drama, constant he said, she said. Sometimes you just need to clean house. And that's what Trump didn't do. And he didn't want to seem radical. But the thing is, when you consider what is and what has been at stake, which is our country, when you consider that, why wouldn't you be more aggressive? You know what I mean? Like, look at it this way. If I was, I don't want to, that's a bad example, but if you know you're about to lose something that you really hold dear to you, you will fight with all abandon. And again, like you said, knowledge be, Trump was half-stepping. And we all need to accept that, and we need to move on, and we need to learn what mistakes he made so that this continuous drama can at least be cleaned up on our side. And we need to figure out who is going to appeal to everyone, who's going to speak everyone's language, but then also have a backbone. So that's what we're looking for here. And that's just what we don't have. That's not what we see in leadership. That's not what we see. Now there's more and more people coming out. Bobby Jeffries. I'm going to play you his, I love Bobby Jeffries. He's so awesome. Bobby Jeffries. Let's see, where is his video?
The tale of America is the greatest underdog story in the history of the world. That story began right here in the great state of Pennsylvania.
Yes.
But lately, things haven't been as great as they should be. The radical Democrat Party and their allies in the corporate mainstream media and big tech are doing everything in their power to ensure that history is erased forever. Our problems will not be solved with socialism, cancel culture, censorship, nor the erosion of our constitutional rights and our civil liberties. That is not America. We were well on our way back to a great American Renaissance before they shut down our economy. We have to treat the resources God gave us as the blessings they truly are. Our prosperity depends upon this. Thousands of jobs were lost here in Pennsylvania because Joe Biden and the Democratic Party canceled the Keystone Pipeline. America needs to be energy independent if we're going to meet the challenges of this new decade. Returning America to the manufacturing juggernaut that it once was is one of my highest priorities, starting with Pennsylvania Steel. We can no longer depend on career politicians whose brand of politics is anything goes, nothing gets done, and the people are forgotten once they take office. We need a new generation of leadership, of true public servants who are beholden only to the will of the American people, who are committed to secure borders, law and order, a dynamic economy, who practice common sense conservative solutions combined with America First policies. The tale of America is the greatest underdog story in the history of the world. I'm Bobby Jeffries, and I'm running for the United States Senate because I have not given up on the American promise.
Yeah.
We, the people, have a rendezvous with destiny, and I am all in. Let's bring America back. I'm Bobby Jeffries, and I approve this message.
Bobby Jeffries. Bobby Jeffries. That's how I talk. That's how he introduces himself in real life. That's how he really talks. Bobby Jeffries. He's so charming. He's young too. He's really young. I think he's like 28 or something like that. Yeah, I hung out with Joe in Vegas. That was fun. Tree of Logic for 2024. Hey, I'd vote for her. I know I said I didn't like her in one of my videos, but like I didn't word that correctly. I do like her. She just takes a long time to get to the point. But that's very easy to fix. Like just if she had some speech coaching, she could do that, you know, because she's smart. She's actually quite brilliant. Good point, Robert. If you really want to blame anyone for election fraud being as bad as it is, look at Washington State 2004 governor's race. That was the first big test run. They've gotten a lot better since then. I agree. Well, anyway, I didn't want to leave anyone depressed or anything. I want you guys to be hopeful. I think that we still have Leah. Hi, girl. You holding it down you holding it down in the bay? Holding it down in the bay for me. Put on my beer queen tonight. Beer queen tonight. It's Dirty Disney night, girl. I'm going to the gay club. I'm going to the gay club. Ooh. You know, she has a lot of trolls that work for her, right? You know, her net worth is $2 million. Anyway. I'm going out for Dirty Disney, Leia. You're gardening. Well, you know, I still have all my stuff. I still have like all my clothes in Oakland. At some point, I do need to go back and get it. So we need to plan ahead. So when I'm in town, we actually hang out. And anyone else who wants to hang out from California, because I think once I go back and get my stuff, I'm probably never going to come back to California, like ever. I'm never coming back. There's nothing there for me. Nothing. All right, Leah, so we'll do that. I would suggest some restaurants for us to go eat at, but they all went out of business. Every restaurant I worked at went out of business, Leah. I used to work there at Farallon. I worked at Farallon. I worked at the Raw Bar, and then I worked on the line. That place had been there for 25 years. They were Zagat rated. They were James Beard awarded. They were voted the best happy hour in San Francisco. And we literally did have I swear to God, we had the best happy hour in San Francisco. Our food, our quality food for $7, our Manhattans, our martinis, shit, you be fucked up, full, and eating like, you know, you'll get like a $20 burger for like $7 during happy hour. It was insane. So they went out of business. I was so fucking pissed. I went back to get my knives. I wanted to cry. I just wanted to cry, Leia. I wanted to cry because it was like a ghost of the kitchen that was. Like every time I've ever been in there, there were 36 people working. They were running banquets. They were prepping for dinner. You know what I mean? There was always dozens and dozens of people in there. So when I went back, it's like the fans weren't on. It was like you could hear a pin drop. It was so quiet. And I think about all the hard work that we did in that kitchen. I think about all the food, all the things we learned, the people that loved each other, the cooks that cared about each other, you know, everyone getting drunk with the chef, you know, the way that he was with people, the way that I mean, he was annoying because he was a know-it-all, but like he was really fucking brilliant. Like half of what I know about seafood, I learned because of him. You know, so that one went out of business. That barbecue place I worked at went out of business. I don't even want to go back into that one. I still have my stuff in that office. I still have my stuff in that office. I don't even want to go back and see it with nobody in there. All right, so I think it's about time for me to go. Leia, if I talk about it anymore, I'm going to cry. The only relationships that I had when I lived in the Bay Area were with other cooks. You know, like my only friendships were like cooks, bartenders, and servers. So it was really rough to see successful places, not fuck up, I'm not talking about like kitchen nightmare. I'm talking about successful places with talented people and good management. To see those businesses go under, I will never forgive Gavin Newsom. And after he gets recalled, he's going to burn in hell. He's going to burn in hell for what he did. So I wish that there was a way to send him there a little faster, but that would be considered inciting violence. So I'm not going to say nothing like that. But I'm just saying, like, it's just ridiculous. I hate that motherfucker so much. I'm going to make him pay for what he did to my boss. That motherfucker's going to pay one way or another. Anyway, exactly. And we'll end on that note. Him and his ugly ass aunt need to burn in hell, and I hope they do. And on that note, all right, you guys have a great weekend. And I'm going to put together another TikTok o'clock. We got the Proud News podcast coming soon. We got lots of stuff to cover. We got lots of things to talk about. And everyone have a good night. Oh, you want another red pill TMZ? Okay, we'll do one. I got the juicy gossip.